An 8-0 undefeated month to start 2026 here in February, hosting Boston College. We are underway. Foster back into the starting lineup. Those two battled through the flu over the weekend in a win against Virginia Tech. Boozer lines up the three and opens the scoring. They rule it a deep 2. They'll take a look at that at the under-16 media timeout. BC starting 5. Stolen away, the steal, and the slam.
Right on cue. A 2 on the floor, but then right here, just anticipating, denying the high post.
Nothing coming easy against this Duke defense. Ball on the floor again. Evans has it. A lob. We have liftoff.
On a run early. Most coaches on an 8-0 run might, but he trusts his guys. Now he might consider it. Now he might consider it. Yes, he is.
When you got those two in the front court, it is tough to get anything inside. Deflection leads to 2.
Without Hastings out there for Earl Grant.
Well, Duke has such good positional size that most teams are undersized against the Blue Devils.
A lot of guys don't like to do that, or haven't done very much of it.
Foster, a good look. Out of the timeout, Duke executes a 3. Caleb Foster drills it. Well, Boston College has gotten a couple of good looks. Just can't knock him down. Evans in transition. He'll usually make you pay from there. Payne trying to beat everybody back. Coast to coast for 2.
With Boozer shading him up the floor. Well, you kill time before the 30-second shot clock begins. It doesn't start till you inbound it.
Boozer! Put it on a poster! Cam Boozer! Here we thought Duke was going to wait for the final shot of the first half. Cam Boozer. What a first half, Cam Boozer. And for gymnastics right here on ACC Network. Dungle, 1 of 2 from the line. Gets his miss, though. Finds Boozer. Two-handed jam. Cam Boozer. North Carolina for the 88th ranked matchup between the best rivalry in all of college basketball.
Boozer finishes with 19 and 12, another double-double. Moving to 10-0 and undefeated in ACC play.
He's so old. He's also 23. He's 30 days older than Testa Ritter, who just turned 23 this past Saturday. Off we go from Charlottesville.
Because he's 23, they call him Captain America.
Panthers are holding their own in the interior right now. Can they keep it going for the next 35 minutes? Too much dribbling from Cialeppa. And ahead, it's Mallory at the rim. Mallory maintains possession, badgered by Minor on the perimeter. Mallory attacks, scores, count it and 1.
I don't know how he got there or got it up. Really, that was...
Charlottesville native. Chance Mallory going to work.
He's a pretty tough kid.
He's in the thick of it. Witherspoon, beautiful creation to Corin.
And that's what I'm talking about. If you can beat your guy on the perimeter, the big guys come over and try to block the shot.
He's got game. Dunning, met by Grunlow, ahead of the pack. Dallin Hall for 2. Back in the game. Thomas throws it up and in.
And they end up with 0 for 3 from the 3 and 2 points. See, Dunning is 6'6". He cannot guard Ritter if Ritter starts backing him down. They're going to double team, and then they make a very bad pass out.
That was for Jason Capel. Indrisitis. Counted and 1.
Right, Jason was open too. This is a Virginia team that averages 84 points a game. They're held to 33 in the first half, but the Panthers just struggle to score.
Pitt made a 3 early, hadn't made one since. That's a tough turnaround for Witherspoon. Grunlow sets the screen. Thomas going downhill, kicks it out. Testa Ritter Virginia just peppering the offensive boards, and Malik Thomas has a chance for a three-point play.
They just cannot compete on the boards with this team. They're doing a good job keeping in front. They're forcing missed shots.
Witherspoon the other way for the Panthers. Cialepa throws it away.
I waited too long.
Thomas sets up Lewis. Circles it home. Minor pulls the trigger. And Grunlow deflects the rebound to Tillis. Ahead to Lewis. And one.
He's really put together a good basketball team. Size, depth, point guards, shooting guards, guys that can score. Really done a great job.
Cavaliers win it by 20.
And what a crew we have, by the way. Doug Sermon's going to throw it up with Doug Shows and Pat Adams. It's a big-time officiating crew. Pass for Ugatolo is deflected by Lubin, and Miller grabs it and then tries to lean into Van Allen. The last foul is on McNeil, by the way. Here's an open three for Corey Washington to tie.
Brings a winning culture here with Andy Enfield.
Off of Matt Abel miss. Jerron Pierre lays it in. SMU leads by 5. Slowly toward the NC State huddle.
Yeah, Jerron Pierre getting out in transition. The first rule of the game, KB, stop the basketball. No one.
Edwards from Ugatolo fakes a 3. Misses a 2. And this time O'Neal didn't miss.
Remember my conversation about his athleticism? As Jermaine O'Neal Jr. climbs the ladder, goes up.
Now he's on the switch against Edwards.
Which means that there's a mismatch under the basket where you got to look for the big guy.
They don't, then it doesn't matter because Walters hits a 3.
But because of the mismatch, that gave Walters enough space. And those are the type of defensive possessions Andy Enfield wants to see from his team. If they're going to be able to advance moving forward, it's going to need to be more of that. And of course, more of this great cutting and finishing on the offensive end. We talk about the triplets now. They're good.
6 assists for Boopy in the half. Williams launches. Banks it home from 3. Williams with his second triple. I'm one of 25 grandchildren on my mom's side, and I feel like that in comparison to your family tree adopted and otherwise. Pierre answers Williams with a 3 of his own. Williams given space. That's a mistake.
That is a defensive mistake. If there's supposed to be a switch, you have to switch up in the NCAA field, but you never know what happens in the future. So an important game for both, and the temperature has been high.
O'Neal driving. O'Neal, great finish.
He has given Andy Enfield great minutes. This is my nephew as he goes to the bucket. Great footwork, the fadeaway, the bucket. Andy Enfield on Pat Adams. He felt like Pierre was contacted on that shot as Matt Abel was able to knock down the 3 ball.
So the lead is still 4 for NC State. Approaching the 2-minute mark. Copeland on a drive for Lubin. Sets him up for 2 more. Miller, the late game hero for SMU so many times the last 2 years. Drives into Lubin and scores it. Lubin didn't want to foul him. 3 game winners for the Mustangs in the last 2 years. Miller steps in, and his shot is blocked. NC State will win it.